Hello everybody and welcome back to the Snapthis channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about some brand new features that are going to be put into our Snapchat camera to make it a little bit more awesome. Hello everybody and welcome to the Snapthis channel. My name is Carl Lightning and I help you guys out in the Snapchat community make the most of the application. And today some exciting news to make our Snapchat application a little bit more jazzy. Now last week on the Snapthis channel we had an awesome video planned for you guys about a new Snapchat game that had been popped into the application. It was a great fun game that you could play with one friend, a bit like Bitmoji Tennis. It was a duo game. But by the time we had scripted the video and was ready to record, the game had vanished. I'm not sure if it's coming back. I'll tell you about the game anyway, but we're going to tell you in a very special way. We're actually going to do a dual camera video for this, so you can actually see a physical representation of the game. So as you can see, we've got our cameraman here. I'm going to hand him a bottle of water. And basically the game was a bit of an archery game where you'd have a person standing on the other side of the map with a bit of fruit on his head. And you were the archer and all you had to do was fire your arrow at the bottle. Nice shot. And you scored points. You had 3 lives to score the game and you basically did round by round. And if you missed 3 arrows on each go, you were then a failure. And that was pretty much the game. It was the longest lasting is the winner. Now just because I couldn't get a video out on the Snapthis channel doesn't mean I was taking a week out the Snapchat community. I actually spent a lot of dedicated time making some Snapchat lenses for the Snapchat application that you guys can use and they're live for you to play around with. I tend to stay with specialised like children TV themed ones at the moment. I tend to find these are funny between me and my friends. But I've also made one called Dad's Camera, which is basically a VHS styled recording device. It's from like the 90s. Everyone's dad tend to have a VHS. And if you want to try this lens, the code's over here. Just give it a scan or screenshot and open Snapchat and scan that screenshot and you'll be able to find Dad's Camera. It is a good lens, so if you can try it out, it is most appreciated. So let's get on to the main content of today's video, and that is the updates. And then this time last year we had the update of the new profile screen being rolled out. It was actually November when it was teased, and they said they were pushing out from this day onwards, and that went all the way to February when it sort of finished and everyone else had the new white profile. This white profile came with the charms, the snap map and the saved attachments, and it helped build relationships with your friends on Snapchat to show how fun it actually is between you and your friends. Now this year it's all about the Snapchat camera. Now before I talk about the update, I'd just like to thank Chris Heger who actually showed me this update. It is available on his application at the moment. Snapchat games are rolled out globally where it goes from country to country to country, so I'm not sure if updates on Snapchat are done the same way. But he's got it now and he's been demonstrating all the cool features that the Snapchat camera has to offer. So how do you activate this new Snapchat update? Well, firstly make sure that your Snapchat is up to date in the App Store. Sometimes you'll find that it is up to date and you won't have the update, but don't panic, again it is a little bit of a waiting game. In the editing process, the video was going fine. We had enough clips to complete the episode, but my phone went and updated, so we're actually going to do a hands-on experience with the new update, and you can see that down the bottom there. So for our first hands-on experience with the new Snapchat camera, we're going to talk about the Create section and what they've put into here. Now essentially the Create section allows you to make your own lenses inside the Snapchat application. These don't save, so don't get too excited, but if you want to make your own lenses where you've got a bit of text on your head with a few emojis, or you want to put some text into the world, you of course can do that. Now once you open up Snapchat camera, you just tap onto the screen and when the Snapchat carousel comes up at the very bottom left, you'll now see the Create option. And every time you load this up, it gives you a random little quote / status, and you can change the text of this of course, but if you just want something random, you can keep tapping it onto Create and it will give you a different one. And this might just give your Snapchat a little bit more of a kick. Not only can you stick these pieces of text on your head, you can also now shove them into the world. By changing to the reverse camera, you can then put the text in the world and you can sort of give yourself another quote or maybe explain what's going on in the scene without needing to talk. So this is going to give your Snapchats a little bit more of an immersive experience from a visual perspective and not always an audio. Also in the Create section you can find some unique lenses on its own carousel, and these tend to be dynamic lenses, which means the user, which is yourself, can change it from giving different inputs. There might be some sliders, there might be a rub to activate, but basically these lenses are all different, but you can change colours, effects, and these will be on its own little Create carousel. Moving over to the Scan section, and this is where the Snapchat camera is improved a ton. And what you can do now is not only just scan music like before, but you can actually scan maths questions. So if you're stuck trying to add simple maths up, or even technical maths, as long as it's written and the camera can read it, you will now have maths on screen. Here's some examples of the math scanning doing its magic on some numbers that I've wrote down. It does work really well with subtraction, addition, multiplication and division. Now, if you thought that was all that the scan feature can do, it has now got some machine learning in that can scan using the camera to find out what's in the shot to give you relevant lenses. I think this is pretty awesome. Now, the reason why this is a good feature that Snapchat have put into the application is because it helps us save time, look for appropriate lenses for the situation. So if you're sitting with your cat and you want a cat lens, you don't have to go searching for someone's cat lens and be happy with what you find. You now get offered some random Snapchat lenses from the Snapchat itself and lens creators in the community. And this is also going to benefit us in the lens community because we're making lenses that we don't really promote, we don't have a place to put them apart from our profiles, but now they will pull through on an algorithm which is going to promote our lenses, which is very helpful in the Snapchat community. Moving over to the next section, this one is the browse, and this is where you find the standard carousel where the snappable games are to the left and you've got the standard lenses that Snapchat want us to see today on the right hand side. And the final section, which is Explore. Now, this isn't new to Snapchat. This is just where all the lenses go. It's like a lens catalogue. You can search for lenses. You can also find the subscriptions to lens creators that you have subscribed to in here. The lens creators themselves actually have their own sort of carousel in there, and it's a mixture of all the people that you've subscribed to. This Lens Explorer is also going to have a facelift soon, which is going to categorize different lenses into different parts. You're going to have the For You section, which is basically just going to pull some lenses that are relevant to you. You're going to have your subscriptions, which is going to help with our lens creators. If of course you're subscribed to them, you're going to be able to find all their lenses in there. And then it's going to separate the front and back camera lenses into face and world lenses, so you can find lenses that are appropriate for what you're looking for. So those are the new awesome camera features that are in the Snapchat application from today's date. Please make sure your Snapchat is up to date so you can get these because they are worth having. Now, if you know the time of year that we're doing this recording, you'll know that it is Halloween. I've got no decorations apart from a black cat who likes to make a few appearances in the channel, but Snapchat don't go light on the decorations and how they treat Halloween inside the application. Now, just like every year, the Snap Map has gone very spooky looking. Around Halloween, they always make it very dark. And it's nice to see Snapchat give us a different texture every year. It's not just the same thing on repeat. And of course, the Snap Map will reflect what your Bitmojis do on the map. If, of course, you're standing with a few friends, you might be around a witch's cauldron or around a bowl of sweets for trick or treating. Also, don't forget you can set yourself a Halloween costume inside the Bitmoji app or, of course, the Bitmoji side of Snapchat if, of course, you want that Halloween vibe. So that's everything I've got for you today in terms of updates. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I certainly have enjoyed the updates that Snapchat put in the application. It's definitely going to make finding lenses on Snapchat much better. And, of course, lens creators, we're going to benefit from this as well because the algorithm is going to push our lenses out to the scan feature because of these relevant lenses that are going to pull through. Now, if you don't have the update yet and you want to see what it looks like, I have made a dedicated Snapchat lens so you can have a closer look. It doesn't do anything special, it is a static image, but you can sort of get a hand's perspective of it. And this lens here can be found on this snap code, so if you scan or screenshot and just basically try and find this lens, you'll be able to use it on the Snapchat application. If of course you're new around here, we make Snapchat themed videos to help you guys out in the community, and if you'd like to stay in touch, then obviously hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed today's update video and you found it quite useful, then leave us a like and let us know in the comment section below what you think of these new features. Now, after watching this video back in the editing suite, I realised the white shirt probably wasn't the best choice against a white wall. However, we've been working with a company and the artwork arrived today, so we're going to be releasing a video on the channel just showing off this artwork because it is a really good piece of art. So stay tuned for that and we'll catch you in the next video.